Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make the sashay scarves. I believe I said it correctly, I'm not really sure how to say it, but these are really popular scarves that people have been purchasing for, usually people sell them for about $15 to $20. They are pretty time consuming, but they are easy. They are a pretty popular scarf that's out there. So if you'd like to see how to make them, please keep watching. I just wanted to say that with this channel, I will be doing lots of different crafty things as well as the beauty videos and hauls and challenges. So yeah, this channel is going to be a mixture of a whole bunch of different things. So don't forget to subscribe and like the video. If you'd like to go out and purchase them to make them yourself, you go ahead and buy this type of wool. It's the sashay. This is what the scarves look like. Right there. The type of needles that you use is a 5.5 millimeter, so you need 2 of those at least to make one scarf. When you take your wool out of the packaging, it's going to look something like this. You want to, this is what I find easier, it's like my trick, you open it up so far down, that way you have something to work with and it's not all tangly, so I find it easier to stretch down probably a few feet. Now, before you start with your needles, you want to leave probably about, I'd say around 4 inches off at the ends, because then you tie them in. We're going to start by casting on our loops. So after you leave that room on the end, you put one in through your first, then skip one and another one, then you skip one and you add on another one. If you want a shorter scarf, you cast on 10 stitches. If you want a longer scarf, you cast on 6. I usually do 7. That way it's like somewhere in between, it works for me. So after you have everything casted on, it should look something like this. I'm going to flip it around. We're going to continue by the end that connects to the end of the wool. We're going to loop our needle through. And then we are going to wrap around. Usually in the beginning I do the second hole for the first lap. Then you loop that back out. And now in, and now I'm going to go with the second loop again. And in through, and the second hole again. I will do this from another angle, that way it is easier to see. But yeah, it's pretty repetitive until you get towards the end. Just looping it out and then pulling it through. Around, down, and out. That is the first line. I promise you, so yeah, we want to make sure that we have 7 again. Don't want to miss a loop or add on another loop. And we're going to do it all over again. And now since I've already done now I'm on my second row, I'm going to go with the stitch closest to the needle. Just for my first one. Now it's going to be 2 away. This is pretty repetitive. Gosh, I don't have a pretty face when I'm concentrating. Keep on going until you get to the end again. So I'm just going to show you from a different angle now. It's going to be in the second loop, and that's around, out, and out completely. So that's in, second loop, and around, pull back out, and up through and out. Hopefully this angle helps you a lot more than the other one did. It seems like you can see a lot more. So I'm just going to continue until the end. And we're on our last one. And you just pull it around and you do the exact same thing as what I just showed you. So in through, around, and then back out. I love the different colors that you can get with the sashay. You can get multicolors, you can get it where it goes from dark to light, solid colors. There's just so many different options. And I'm going to show you one more row. Oh, kind of went up a little bit too high there. Sorry. Just a couple more loops to go. Sorry if this is boring you, I just tried to do it thoroughly. That is how you get your scarf going. if you want it to be more loose, instead of every second loop, you can go with every third loop. Now eventually your scarf will look something like this, and it'll only get longer. If you play with them and pull them apart, they just look fluffy and really nice. Now when you get near the end of your wool, you do want to leave some room too, because you do have to tuck the ends in with some string. See how the end just hangs out here? You have to tuck that into the scarf with some thread and a needle. Now when you along with that, when you're near the end, what you do to end off is you put 2 of them together and you stitch them together, then 1 by itself, then 2 together, and then 1 by itself. So you keep going that way until you get to with 1 left. When you get that 1 left, you just poke the end through, then you loop it around, and then you needle and thread it. I'll show you to the point where you needle and thread it. So to loop the ending inside, all you do is you flatten it so you can see where the stitches are. You loop this. You want to take your thread and you want to go make it tight. So you take your needle in through, then you wind it around, you poke your needle in through, and then you wind it around, and then you keep doing that until it's like very tight and very solid. Now after you do that, you cut off the ends, of course, not too close to the thread because you don't want the thread to unravel. So then you take that and you sew it into the threading, but you want it to look kind of like a loop. And then you sew it in there with your needle and thread, and that's how you make them. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll show you how to do different crafty things. I also decorate cakes, so I can put a cake video on here as well. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time.